go ahead. You were saying we had to cut for a second. You were saying that you were very fortunate, according to the psychologist, to have such a.
He said we were very lucky that you had a wonderful head on your shoulders, that you had a good feeling about yourself, that, he had dealt with so many young people and older people that were struggling so terribly with their sexuality, and you seem to really have it together and, be okay with it. And I said, tell me, is there anything can a person change if they think they're sexual to being not sexual, but a homosexual? And he said, that's, not proven to do anything,
How do you feel about groups that go around doing programs for healing homosexuality? Because there are a lot of churches out there that.
I think it's awful. I think that, I think it's a bunch of hogwash. I've never known of anybody that successfully did that, and I just, once I understood that this is who you were, and more than anything, I realized that, well, let me back up. There was an article in the newspaper at the time about, that a mother wrote about her child that came down with some terrible, disease or problem, and I can't think of what it was at this point, but anyway, what it did was she wrote and said that, she when she realized that this was the same child that she had always had, it's like traveling and thinking you're going to Australia and you end up in Europe. It's just.
I remember that story. That's completely off, though. You told me this because it was a story about family that found out their child was Down syndrome.
Thank you. That's right.
And they did a metaphor where it was a flight, and they found out that their destination was not where they anticipated, and so they realized that there's fun in the Bahamas too.
Well, it's just they're going to see different things.
So what you're saying is that you started to see things more clearly as you started to come to terms with it, that life wasn't going to be as bad as you first anticipated when you heard that your son was gay.
Right. I mean, I just thought of it in those eyes, in that light, because, you were the same Jonathan that you had always been. It's just I knew something about you that was different now, and I could appreciate other things about you that I never knew about or could appreciate before. And
what was it like when you first saw me with a guy?
I was just happy that you were wanting to share with us your life, because that was scary. Since
Who was the first guy that you saw me with?
Knowing
that he was my date, or that he was my whatever he was.
I think it was Mike.
Not Matt?
No, Mike.
Matt
Carter.
Simpson Weber? Matt number 1? I have 2 Matts.
Wasn't it Michael Harder?
No. You met Matt first. How do you not remember the first guy that you saw your son with? Please don't tell me there have been that many.
Well,
I am
just
not
a
a
lot
hoe.
of different friends.
Okay, well, I'll go over my history with you real fast. There's Matt number 1. There's Mike.
That you
And
brought to our house?
well, no, I didn't bring Matt to the house. You came out to visit Arizona, and I had. Anyways, this really isn't that important. But so you don't recall it being awkward for you to see me with someone?
No, it really felt very natural.
So that was all on me because I was the one that was feeling uncomfortable
Yeah, oh, definitely.
showing you who
No,
I was
it really
with.
didn't bother me. I mean,
'Cause
I
I-
was just glad to be a part of your life.
I remember being conscious of every move that I made when I had someone in front of you because I was so afraid that I would be hurting your feelings even more. I went from being very confident and very empowered, and I knew that when I came out, I had to show you that I was serious and that this was not something that I had just come to a.
Phase.
This is not a phase. So it's
Well,
like
the
if
doctor had reassured us that this is no phase.
yeah, I had to make sure that you realized that at the time, and I think that I came across more confident than I actually was because I knew that I had to stay strong when I told you. And I think that I was trying to do that to maybe get to have a firm bedrock of, I guess I knew that if I was stern from the beginning, then you would be more likely to accept and move on and start living with it. And then I think that what happened with that is that I got taken aback once everything was happening, and so it was officially out, but I was no longer the confident one that. I mean, I was still gayer than gay, but I was very uncomfortable being who I was because of society and how difficult it is to, or how it was to be a gay man, especially in college.
Well, I will tell you that we were so proud of you, like in college when you started running for different, elected offices. I mean, I thought that was just fabulous that you put yourself out there, knowing that you could get a lot of criticism or
Did it make you
throw
nervous?
flack.
Did it make you nervous that I was running for Senate on an openly gay platform?
No.
Or you weren't afraid that I was going to get bashed?
The only time that I was terrified truly of your being bashed was when you did get beat up when you were with Matt walking on the streets. I think that was after college.
Yeah, it was Matt number 2. We were walking in front of a bar called The Revolver in West Hollywood, and some guys, Latino guys, got out of a van, and they punched Matt in the face, and they punched me in the mouth and hit me over the head with a bottle. And that was right in front of the sheriff's station in West Hollywood. When you heard that,
When I heard that, that just that made me sick. With worry. And I still, worry some, but I think you use a lot of common sense, and so I've just tried to put that concern in the background. But a mother always has worries about no matter how old their kids are.